back Charlie's definitely.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and in some cases, good night, people. Deluded, I'm back again. Smash the like button, people. Aston Villa's gone now. We got to winning ways yesterday. Can't imagine any Arsenal fan is unaware, but if you have been living under a rock, Club Brugge 0, Arsenal 3. Noni Madueke scored 2 goals. His first goal was the pick of the bunch. Martinelli's goal as well, which was the only goal scorer, excluding Noni, obviously, was a great goal in itself. We saw Gabriel Jesus get some minutes. We saw Salman make his debut. Obviously, I just want to point out, Martin Zubimendi got 2 assists. Big Champions League nights. The man is out here, people. I can't let you lot forget that. And Miles Lewis-Skelly also got an assist. So, yeah, and big up Norgard for his centre-half shift. Obviously, needs must. It's not something we necessarily want to say. And you know what the maddest thing is? Pardon me. Considering we brought in 8 players and we're only in December, across all competitions, that's now our 7th different centre-half partnership, people. So, yeah, man, you know what? It is what it is in that regard. So, yeah, good day at the office, man. Clean sheet, 3 points. Need to build some momentum. Obviously, 6 wins from 6 in the Champions League. All attention to Wolves. Don't care how you do it. You need to win. And again, people, I'd like to think I'm quite honest because I think there's a lot of performative stuff on YouTube. I'd like to say I'm quite honest when it comes to how I actually feel, right or wrong. You can see if I'm sad. You can see if I'm upset. You see Wolves, with the greatest of respect to Wolves. Other times we've dropped points, you know, again, isolated to the 90 minutes and what we can control and what we did in the game against Aston Villa, against Sunderland, against Chelsea. You know, I can hear all of the other external contexts and things of that ilk, but still believe we can get something. I don't know how you want to shape it to me. If you don't get 3 points against Wolves, there's no excuses. I don't care if it's 2 losses in 19. You know, anyone can beat anybody. We're still top. I don't care. Wolves are food. They're there for the taking. With the greatest of respect, they're not going to be easy. They're not going to be pushovers. It's like they've been backed into a wall and you have to be fearful because they've got nothing to lose. But if we don't get 3 points against Wolves, I'm probably going to crash out on Saturday evening. I'll be honest with you, because I do think that is unacceptable, especially if you want to talk about winning titles. Good afternoon to yourself as well, Marcel. Before you talk nonsense, you ain't got no manners. You can't say good evening. Look at this guy, man. You can't even tell people smash the like button. He's crazy, man. Big up Unks, man. American Gooner, come on. Big up DG. Big up yourself and everybody tuned in. What have you got here? Definitely not better than Saka. Better form for the minute, but not better. I'm not going to lie, man. Obviously, I'm going to ask the question, but I think people are doing big up Noni in it, because we brought you in to do this, to ease the burden on Saka, to show your quality, to get some unrealized potential. Obviously, where you look at Noni, I've said it before, I wouldn't have bought him. Don't think he's as bad as some fans made out to the extent of petitions, but the one thing is goals. Kind of like the goal he scored yesterday, the second one. Obviously, the first one was amazing, Black Iron Robin settings, but I'm talking about the second one. In his Chelsea days, and if anybody cares to go back to, I'm sure, my videos and live streams when we signed Noni, he does get into those areas, but he doesn't have the record to show it. So I like the fact that he scored one of those goals, because you're not going to score screamers week in, week out. Your bread and butter is the unglamorous finishes. Salah, Haaland, you know, Saka when he gets numbers, any bagsman, Cole Palmer, of course, they've got goal of the season contenders, screamers, but the bread and butter across the season is just simple tapping. So I'm happy for that. I don't need to tell anyone. We want everybody to stay fit. I want my attackers individually to start thriving now, if I'm honest with you, and the collective takes care of itself. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I do think people are being a bit dishonest about Saka. I get it. I have to ask questions and things like that, but I think people are doing too much. I do think Bakayo's kind of dying by the high standards he's kind of set. I'm not saying he's playing amazing. And the saddest thing is, I guess like a lot of footballers, there's times I've seen Saka score. He's been dead in the game, if I'm honest. Sometimes he hasn't necessarily scored and done well. But the main thing with Noni is obviously Noni don't want to be on the bench. Go and give Arteta a problem, whether he has to, I don't agree with it, but play to the point where he considers, yo, I have to play you ahead of Saka. Your form's out of this world. Or, there's no more kind of just running Saka into the ground or playing him off the left, whatever have you. And I will say this, I can't speak on Noni Madueke at Chelsea. I weren't watching him week in, week out and things like that. But for someone that came to this football club that had the petitions and the noise and all of those things, he's looked very confident since the moment he's come here, whether that's the fans saying positive messages all around the world on social media, the manager, his teammates, the fans at the stadium. He's looked confident, and it was unfortunate he got that injury, but he's picked up where he's left off. 3 goals in 2 games in the Champions League. He's doing what needs to be done. We all know Bakayo is ahead of Noni, but it's a long season, and it's more a case of keeping these bloody players fit. But yeah, man, good day at the office. I'm also happy to see Miles Lewis-Skelly start, because I did tweet yesterday, I think Marley Salmon would make his debut. And I did kind of want to, I know Calafiori came off the bench, but I think when MLS has come in of late, he's looked a bit rusty. And I guess that's something for the young man to learn. But I thought, you know what, just give him 2 games this week, shake the rust off yesterday against Club Brugge and go again against Wolves, innit? So good day at the office. And main thing is 6 from 6. Obviously, I like when it's all said and done, there's been bumps and bruises on the road. I like what we've been doing generally this season, picking up 3 points, doing all these things. Of course, I know you can't win them all, but honest to God, I think we could have got more in against Manchester City at home. I think we could have nicked something against Chelsea, even at the end, but I thought we could have given a better account of ourselves. Liverpool, for me, is more on the gaffer. I've said this before at Anfield. I think we could have got something there. Sunderland, granted, in form, but many people would say we're the best defensive team in the Premier League, right? And in Europe. So if I say that to say this, we were 15 minutes away from winning that game. Because I believe in my boys, you should have nicked that, innit? So I know there's bumps and bruises along the road, and I know everything's not going to be perfect, but generally it's okay. We're top of the pops in the I don't look at the league table. Hey, I don't look at the league table, guys and girls. Smash the like button. But we're top of the pops in the Prem and the champs. I just wish that I could fast forward and it's end of April, May, and we're saying these things and we're feeling this way, because that's my only thing. You man need to be on this when it's delivery time, innit? I've been saying, for me, I'm only interested from the start of the season, from August until December, kind of the realm we're in now. Title hopes are alive. Winning championships and trophies are alive. Like, we're not out of these things. All I'm interested in now is getting out of this nasty December, end of January period. And then once you're into end of January, February, get me to April. Then obviously from April to May, it's a shootout, innit? Every game's a cup final and all of that jazz. So got to get on with it, man. It could be better. Sure as hell could be a lot worse, man. But as I said, people, I'm happy, and I'm sure you guys are as well. Any questions, talking points, differences of opinions, etc., get them in. I don't look at the league table. I think I'm AI. This could be AI. This could be a fake part of the vid. But allegedly, Arsenal are top in the Premier League, 2 points clear. Again, we all know you mess about against Wolves. City do their job. They're involved in it. So we know what we need to do out here. Champions League. I can't lie, people. Honest to God, yeah. And I'll ask you lot this when the knockout stages happen and all those things, yeah. But talk to me. Honest to God, do we have a chance in the champs? I'm asking you, look, this is a civil place, Arsenal fans. I ain't asking Marcel, who's a mod, but a Liverpool fan. Do we have a chance in the champs? Because for me, I do think it comes down to just a bit of individual brilliance. Tactically, we can compete in it, like we've shown in the last few years. Cool, we ain't won it, but you get the point. Bayern Munich or Bayern Munich. PSG or PSG. Obviously, you know what? Out of all these teams, the team that you're not rating the most or not in the best of form, they might be the team to go the way. But I'd love the champs over the Prem. I think the boys need the Prem a lot more than the champs because of collectively what they've been on in the last couple of years. But if you said I could have the champs, I could have the Prem, I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I ain't ever seen us win this. And Arsenal fans, young and old, let's be honest, for a beautiful club, a massive club on our level, our European record is shoddy. Right now, let's win that Prem, because we all know we should have won a couple in the last few years, maybe even retain. Let's win that Prem. Let's retain a Prem. Let's start picking up. So listen, let's start doing why we moved to the Emirates, man. No chance in hell. Don't have the minerals. We will go further than Arsenal. Mark my words. You know damn well Liverpool are crashing out at their next port of call. Have you not even qualified though? Swear done. How many games you lot play? All right, cool. I can't even style you. 6 games, 4 wins. All right. 2 losses though. I don't know about that. I do know about 2 losses. That's all my team's done this whole season. Not in the champs though. I don't know about losing. That's a perfect cast. Well, wait. Well, and injuries and all these things as well. Don't you get where I'm going? Like Marino's been up front, Norgard's been centre half. Big up Arsenal, man. Marcel McNaughton, you know, you're just a hater, man. We'll get into that as well, people. And obviously, big up Gabriel Jesus for getting some minutes as well. What do you lot make of the game and things of that ilk, man? Any talking points, questions, please let me know. But before we get into Mikel Arteta's press conference and the billion tabs that you could see here, yeah, I want to hear what you lot have to say. And don't forget, 4 p.m. I've got Jess, aka She Knows Arsenal. So yeah, man, content. Man said this guy's a machine. Nobody cares. Work harder, innit? Like, it'll all be worth it. And you know what? This year, yeah, well, it has felt like for years of planting the tree, I'm finally seeing some sprouts, and it can't have been done without you lot. And this is why I'll always say, as long as I've got God, the man upstairs, and I've got my community, I don't need nothing else, people, because you lot believed when no one else believed in this thing. So anyone that's ever subscribed, said a positive message, smash the like button, done any form of support across anything. God bless you all, man, and I love you from the bottom of my heart, man. Appreciative to you lot. The next step is one of the biggest hurdles, but we gotta get 100k, man, because I want that for us, people. I want that here, man. And it bugged. I had a dream. I keep having the same recurring dream. I had a dream, I got it, and then I woke up. You ain't got that, have you? So you gotta be a machine, man. Rob, appreciate you, as the man has said. Smash the likes. Deluded, how are you? How was the gym? That's actually why I started a few moments late, man. I had a good gym session, to be fair. Really good gym session, man. Did legs, shoulders, chest. I can't explain it, but it's like you get two dumbbells. You get like two dumbbells, and then you start off in like a push-up position, and then obviously you do the push-up, get up, do that with the dumbbells, and then back to the push-up. It looks easy, and even with light weights. But when you're I did it at the end of a session. When you're doing that, I'm telling you, when you do that at end, it's dark. And you know, I'm a bit of a weirdo in the gym. If I see someone do something I ain't done before, I'll just go up to them, man or woman. Like, why do you do that? Like, not on a weirdo thing, but why do you do that? What does that work? I just copy people's workouts. Like, there was this Asian guy, was doing some bicep workout I've never seen before, never seen it on the bench, never seen it before. I was like, I like that. I don't know why I like that, but I like that. Let me ask him why he does that and things. And he told me. I was like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna copy it straight after your thing. I don't want to look like I'm reading, but when I see that you're done, I'm gonna copy that. So yeah, it was a good session, man. Appreciate you. And you gotta go for this, man. I always feel a lot better after gym, man. So yeah, man, that's 3 times this week. Friday, Saturday, 3 p.m. game might be cheeky. Get another one in, man. So yeah, you gotta be a machine. So yeah, man. And what have you said? Who's your favorite man of the match? Man of the match yesterday? It's gotta be Noni, innit? It's gotta be Noni. Like, it's gotta be Noni. It's gotta be Noni. Have to tuck in Wolves in or serious questions. I would always say 3 points. So of course I want a complete performance, bare goals, clean sheets, not asking questions. I want it to look like a team that's top of the table versus a team that's bottom of the table. But I'll always say 3 points first. If it's a jammy game where we've had to come back from behind, last 5 minutes, you found 2 goals. Of course, I'm going to be critical of the performance, but I need those 3 points. But I'm with you. I need goals. I need what I saw against Club Brugge as a minimum. I need that, if I'm honest with you. I wonder if he goes with Norgard again as a centre-half. I wonder, man. P, appreciate you. And Marcel's finally being a decent human being. At least he has said, what up, DG, my brother? I hope you're well. I am, man. Happy Thursday, folks. Smash the likes for this waffle. Okay. I spoke too soon. This guy, man. I told you got me now, love, bro. Hey, crew. Hey, if anyone don't know you, if you not just go and read the TalkSport comments, yeah, I ignore it all. I get a lot of praise, I get a lot of hate, I get a lot of this, I get a lot of that, I get a lot of the other. But I've seen some hating comments from this brother, you know, he's been on me. But you see, it takes them a bit of a while to warm up to the guy. Now they see, welcome, my brother. Welcome. Saka and Noni, that day has come. Let's be real. You know it's a Saka thing. We all know it's a Saka thing, but we need to wrap players in cotton wool. Now we can see why Noni was bought, I guess. Too much laundry in the fan base. DG, Noni aside, who's your man of the match from last night? I think Odegaard looked okay in patches. No. You could say Nelly. I think Hincapié did his thing, unlucky not to score. You know what? I think Zubi looked good, even though he's higher up the field more than usual. Marino did okay. The pivot did okay. I'd say Miles Lewis-Skelly, you know. I'd actually say Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think Miles Lewis-Skelly had a good game. Like, I'd actually say, and he got an assist. I'll say Lewis-Skelly. Big up DJ in the chat, was watching you on TalkSport clips with Salty Abby. Big up Abby. She's a good sport, but we do a lot of going back and forth in it. And something that they tried to put me under pressure yesterday. If you would have seen with the conspiracy comments, like it's all good fun, but it's I felt when they do things like that, yeah. Do you remember a couple of years ago? I never saw it, but do you remember when there was allegedly Odegaard at Anfield away, it hit his hand and it should have been a penalty? I'm not mentioning that for that. Do you remember when Declan Rice is like against 20 Liverpool players? That's how I feel whenever that happens, man. If we're playing tomorrow, no one is starting Madueke over Saka, bro. I'm starting. Saka is starting against Thingy, against Wolves. I'm not really fussed, but if I was Arteta, bro, Saka would have had the night off full stop. I understand it could have been an everybody eats game. Who knows? If Gyökeres took his chance, if Hincapié obviously was unlucky to hit the post, Jesus obviously hit the post. It looked like maybe Arteta was like, you know what, Saka, get on, go scumbag a goal, man. It all counts for the end of the season. But if it was up to me, that would have been a rare night off, which that's actually the thing I'm most happy about. Timber, who travelled, and Rice actually have taken the night off. Like, never expected Rice to have a night off, especially in this period, and much less not play any moments and also win. I don't know when the next time that's gonna happen. So obviously, I'm kind of happy that Rice has been given the night off. Obviously, a couple of days going into the Wolves game. We do what we need to do against Wolves. Then we're playing a week. Well, not really a week, more like 6 days or something against Everton the next week, which is a welcome rest for once for us. We haven't had a period like what we're about to face. So from Wolves to Everton since the start of the season, when you exclude international breaks. And when you can't really count the players available and you're seeing a centre mid playing centre half, and when even young players are getting injured and things of that ilk, you take any rest you can get in it. If we're playing PSG tomorrow, bro, Saka's playing. Saka's number one. If Madueke can push, great. I don't think there's competition there. There's a golfing class, but there is obviously competition. Everyone wants to play. Saka knows he can't slip off. And yeah, and I feel sorry for Wanyeri slightly because obviously Saka's number one. Max Dalman's injured, but I think Max Dalman's ahead of him right wing. 50 million on Madueke, he's ahead of him. That could have been an angle for him. Cute little touches in his. It's probably a bit harsh to say cameo for Wanyeri, but I thought Wanyeri looked kind of lively as he always does. I wonder if he goes on loan in January, man. We've seen this movie before. We know what you did last summer. Okay, well, good thing about that, that's boring. Stop watching the same movie. We ain't seen the Liverpool movie before, getting Salah, Isaac, and everything else in between in the summer and everything that's led to this point. We want you to stay. We want you to stay. On this lot, we want you to stay. We're tuned into Liverpool, man. You lot gambled, it didn't bang. Noni is a wild card compared to Saka. They both have different qualities, so they're perfect interchangeables depending on the ops. It's true. It's true. But yeah, Saka's my guy, man. I know what I'm getting. I think we have a better chance in the champs than we do in the EPL. Let me know why you believe that, because I think I'm not even here to gas up Arsenal. We've shown, okay, we ain't won the Champions League, but we've beaten Luis Enrique. We've beaten Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, flipping, who else is there? Carlo Ancelotti. Our team has coped, even when we've gone out, we've coped well against some big dogs. We know we can, the tactics are there. Obviously, I want a fully fit squad, but if our team's fully fit to go with the tactics, we're a lot more bullish. Obviously, we've shown we can pull a rabbit out the hat with a depleted side. For me, though, I do think that's all fun and games in the league phase. I think when you're stepping into the quarters and semis, and we have Arteta first Champions League debut as a manager, quarters, next year semis, this year's his third year, so quarters, semis. What's the next round? Everybody, fingers, toes, and everything in between cross. I do think it just comes down to qualities of players, not dissing my players, but I just feel it's easier said than done. But I do think to make me have real confidence, I do think I need to look around and see Mbappe and Salah and Vinicius and this and that. We'll be backing the boys all the way. And again, you lot that are smart enough to get where I'm going. But I do think it's about tactics, but it's just about moments of brilliance. I felt that way against PSG. First leg, our heads were probably still high in the clouds after beating Madrid. Stupid goal at the Emirates. To let ourselves down away from home from a set piece. We did have chances. And a part of me did feel if we had a Gyökeres, or okay, I know he's not flavor of the month, but if we had a Gyökeres in the second leg and he scores one of those early chances, remember Donnarumma was moving mad in the first half. It's a different kind of game. Going back to the first leg, ultimately, I think the damage was done there because I said going into it, I think we needed to win the home game and then step over to France and try and do something. But if you lot remember, Partey obviously got himself suspended. Rice was finding form. He's gone from the 8 to the 6. Marino was doing his thing up front. He's gone into the 8. And we look like a team that made those changes, which is what gives you a bit more positivity going into this year with obviously 8 players. But I think we're more likely to win the Prem than the champs, if I'm honest. It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't, whatever the saying is, man. It's like it would It would shock me if Arsenal Football Club win the Champions League. It wouldn't shock me if we win the Prem. Yes, it would, because 20 odd years, bare pain. You don't know where I'm going, but it wouldn't, innit? Because when it's all said and done, like, we're a competitive team and things like that. And I do think we probably have to take the City route in that we need to start bullying this thing before we go over there. And let's be honest, we're not going to win it'll be a fairy tale for us if we win the Champions League, but we're not going to win it on a fairy tale thing. We're not going to be 3 goals down like Liverpool and somehow win it. We're not going to, what else has happened? Chelsea playing Bayern in their backyard. We're not going to, Man United, everything they won in 1999, and we could have stopped that whole treble. We're going to have to be perfect. I don't think we get that tax, if I'm honest with you. Even if I'm honest, big ups Liverpool for beating Spurs. But that penalty in that final, boy, I didn't see it, so I can't comment, man. One love, DG. Mad things yesterday. Positive moves on Gyökeres. Got too much reach, pace. Martinelli just needs to keep going forward positively. Must go on. Big up the Gunners. Lion, big up yourself. And do you know what's weird, yeah? You can see what confidence does. Because Martinelli, he looked okay before the goal. But you see, when that goal went in, I saw him bring some party tricks that I ain't ever seen him do before. I was like, where the hell is this? Where is this? And you know, I even feel so. Do you know what? Even Noni. Because the worst thing you can say about Noni Madueke's performance is he never got a hat trick. So yeah, man, big chance. Marley at 16, Champions League debut. But remember, Arteta hates academy players, man. Academy players coming through will help us a lot. Either come into the 11 or sell them for profit. That's what it needs to do. I think our squad is better built for it. It depends, because once you get to April, May, like we saw last year, we don't know what the playing squad is going to look like. Like, we don't know what the dynamics are. Champs looks easier than the league. You say that, but then you can flip it and say there's more games in the Champs, though, man. We are the best team in Europe, bro. The Champions League is easier to win for us than the Prem. We're on to win the Prem, though. I'll be the best. I think the best team at least has to be the reigning holders of the Champions League. But fair enough, man. I like the confidence. We can win both. We don't have to choose. Yeah, we don't have to choose, Sadiq. But like, we're asking questions. Boy, I'd love to win the Prem. I'd love to win the Champs. I don't know what I'd do if we won both. I do know 9 months from now, there'll be a mini DG probably crying as we're live streaming at this moment in time, people. So yeah, man. If we have a mostly fit squad, I feel good about our Champions League Prem chances. I hear it, man. Well, you're abusing your CPU with them tabs. Good thing this is a specialist gaming laptop. Can do this. Don't worry, my laptop's sturdy. Can do these things. GD is the perfect way to understand the team's stability. Check Arsenal in the league and Champs were stable. Just need to get back to them clean sheets. Proud of you, General. We keep moving. We keep moving, gent next door, for real, man. Nothing's decided yet, man. Appreciate you. Injuries good, Rob, man. Jay, appreciate you. Media tried to downplay Brugge. There's some tricky team who bagged a couple teams in the past. Obviously, they're in a turbulent moment, in it. They've changed the manager, which did make you think for a managerial bounce. We saw their game against Barcelona. They don't typically play well against English teams, but we won, in it. Like me, I think we had the majority of the game played in their half. In the first half, obviously, we got the goal. Second half, we obviously added to the score sheet. Apart from the Raya was called into action literally twice. Apart from the occasional counter-attack, and I want to stress occasional counter-attack, Club Brugge weren't really on nothing. So it played into our hands. And again, the best thing about last night, facts, was no injuries. Don't bet your future on Gyökeres scoring on Wolves' goal. Bless, no hate. Gyökeres is scoring on Saturday, 8 p.m. I don't know why I keep thinking Wolves is on Sunday. He's bagging. He's bagging. Bro, you are far too kind to Abby. She does the most. Big up Abby, man. Like, I've actually been briefed to calm down. Brugge was a perfect warm-up for Wolves. I hope so. Madueke needs to play the full 90 against Wolves. DG, you get under Abby's skin. I love it. You just celebrate your team scoring his PNR off. So a bit of bants, man. I might be an optimist in this, but I'm not giving up on Gyökeres. If he had made that header chance last night, we'd be having a slightly different convo about him today. Facts. 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 Raya been moving like Cat Mario in the goal recently. Let's run up the likes, people. Vamos! Facts on that one. DG, the disrespect on Odegaard's name is crazy. I feel like people watched him. Pardon me. I feel like people watched him live. Their minds would change, because every time I've had the chance to watch Arsenal live, he's usually top 3 best player. I don't know about usually top 3 players, but his agendas. But fans are vexed. Half the fans crying for Gyökeres, rid off Gyökeres. On to Saka, on to Odegaard. They're onto them. But football's a fickle game. They'll start breading. Like, Arsenal fans would say, a lot of Arsenal fans, and you can make mistakes, would say Gabriel Magalhaes is arguably the best centre half in the Prem, at Arsenal, and in world football. It has a case to at least be top 5, right? Minimum. Some of them used to say Pablo Mari is better. When Calafiori signed, remember, they were saying he's phasing him. Bottom line is, fans chat shit in it. So you can't take it all to heart. I do think there's an agenda against Odegaard. I don't think Eze is lighted up the world to make Arteta change his plans with Odegaard. I don't think injuries, yes. I don't think Odegaard's been bad. I think he's looked good in flutters. I just need to see a bit of consistency. Nice to see the Capitano obviously got significant minutes. Saka will know that some of those passenger games he has aren't going to wash anymore. I guess so, man. I think our squad is better built for that kind of competition. That's why I think with the squad for 2-leg race, yeah, but I mean, I know we beat Real Madrid, but sometimes, as much as it's about tactics and clean sheets and things, I just think sometimes you just need a player to slap it in from 30 yards, rally the troops, and it ain't like we ain't got players like that. But I'm always assuming once you touch the semis, there's, regardless of where they are and what the sentiment around their club is, the Real Madrids, the Bayerns, the Paris Saint-Germain. I think it was romantic to beat Real Madrid, and it showed why you love football across those 2 legs. But once the romance is away, and I did feel in the second leg against PSG, I'd said it then, and I'll say it now. It's like it was a valiant effort. We're trying, but it felt like us trying our best. It's just PSG being competent, man. I do think I think the bigger, I like the bigger games in Europe versus in the Prem. Sorry, like even with someone like Zubamendi, like obviously some big games in the Prem he struggled. He's balled out in every big Champions League game so far. Long may that continue. We're better suited tactically to the Champions League than the Prem. The continental tacticals don't like whatever it is Arteta does tactically. Prem is much less caring about continental tactics. The 40% that said Noni is over, Madueke, all of you are working off one brain cell. Damn near. Oof. Oof. I think you mean Saka by hearing, man. Who the hell said yes? Listen, my brother, everybody is allowed an opinion. We don't have to agree with it, but everybody is allowed an opinion. Life would be boring if we all thought the same. Unless you agree with me. You agree with me, it's all great, but you get what I'm saying. Killing it on TalkSport again, DJ. Trying, man. 1 year he goes Chelsea next season. Big bucks. Diamond project begins. Brother. Arteta apparently hates academy players, man. Horrible, man. Can you all imagine the party we'll have here when we get to that 100K plaque? It'll be a 5-hour stream, yeah, and I'll probably end up falling asleep off the any, man. Let's all like, hype, share, and comment more to make this happen sooner rather than later. So, yeah, man. It's interesting. Let's just win one of those, man. We are beating teams we should with a rotated squad. Life's good. Facts, man. Both of them. They do well at home. If Timber don't block Gyökeres versus Chelsea, we ain't talking about him. Football's a fickle old game. Bro reads every comments, best interaction with the fans, subscribers, bless up, DJ. Appreciate you. Without you, he's dead. I'll be talking to myself, lad. I'll be talking to myself. Gyökeres will do great things. I hope so, but bro, I need you to start banging. Arsenal fans like to feed into rivals chat, surface level analysis on Gyökeres. It's true, man. It's true. And again, you can be concerned about Gyökeres. Clearly, like, he's not the most technically gifted. He's not pretty. He could ask to do a lot more. But if you look at the wider landscape here, even if Odegaard and Gyökeres start banging, great. But right now, we are in that weird mix where you've got, again, I'm exaggerating, but it's like half of our players are having to play a lot of minutes because we can't rest them. A couple of the next half have just all come back from injuries, and it's all about fitness. You know, it's just about getting back into the rhythm. The Odegaards, the Gyökereses, and there's probably some others that I'm not saying. I don't know how you can write someone off 6 months into their career. I don't know how you can write them off when they're not fully fit. What I would say is, I do think Gyökeres has adapted to the team. We need to adapt to him a bit more. Arteta has even said, or better yet, the Athletic and all them journalists have said that Arteta has banged on the knees for these players to find him quicker. We haven't had consistent attackers available, or that group of players. So it doesn't surprise me the relationships aren't quite there. That being said, though, it is annoying when Gyökeres got injured because it felt like you finally was established as the starter. You was finding your way in the squad. A bit like when Noni got injured and then bang, start again. And I would also say, I've said in the summer, I think 20 league goals was wishful thinking with Gyökeres, not through Gyökeres' ability. Just we all know how peculiar this striker position or the demands from Arteta on him is. So I said it'd be a miracle if he gets 15. Now I must admit, I don't even believe that, only because I think Gyökeres, you're a spare part player, like not in a disrespectful way. I think, unless your name is, if everybody's fit, the Timbers, the Rices, the Gabriel Magalhaes, the Sakas, you're a spare part. So I just see Gyökeres as another tool, like Jesus if he stays fit, whether that's left wing, right wing, or up front, like Marino, what we've seen, like Kai Havertz. You're just a tool in it. So, let's just get the job done in it. Run me my Premier League or my Champions League, if not both. Win me some silverware. Beyond that, of course, I'd love to win silverware, and my striker's up there for a golden boot. Raya's up there for a clean sheet. Odegaard or someone is, or even Rice, to be fair, is up there for the assist records and all of the numbers and all that kind of crap, man. Odegaard's got to do a lot better, man. But yeah, it's hard to say we're being fickle in critics. Now, but again, crew, you're on a constructive criticism thing. Like, we're not talking about people directly, yeah. You're allowed to be critical of him, but we all know there's them hyper opinions. You've got one side acting like Odegaard can't do better, which is a lie. You've got some just slagging off the man, even before the North London derby where Eze went and grabbed the hat-trick. People saying, no, Eze the left winger, You can see why Odegaard's back. When Odegaard's back, he's going to play, but it is what it is. Football's fickle, man. I think that comment that you're referring to is more for the fickleness and the surface level analysis. I think Teta will play Ethan and Odegaard as 8s, Rice 6 against Wolves. Well, I hope so. I need my 3 point. You know what? Again, ideal world syndrome, but had we have beat Chelsea or got we did get a point, but had we have beat you, you wouldn't have thought we got a point the way Chelsea fans waffle about it. But had we have beaten Chelsea, beaten Sunderland, even got a draw against Aston Villa or 3 points, I wouldn't say Wolves is a free hit, but it'd be a free hit, and I'd be more on that kind of stuff. Listen, I'd love for Wanyeri to play, and at the end of the day, I don't want to write off Wolves or be disrespectful, but they're rock bottom. Any team Arsenal put out there should be able to do a job. But I'm on 3 points mode. Like, we need to build momentum. We're 2 points clear. You can't disrespect Wolves because we've got first world problems. We're talking about winning Prems. Arsenal fans are bitching about the lead at the top being cut to 2 points. They're fighting for their bloody lives. They're fighting for their bloody lives because some men are not playing Premier League again. The manager's gonna clip. They're fighting for their lives in this. So you got to remember they've got nothing to lose. If we go and beat Wolves, the only conversations are, obviously whatever happens in the game, but the points gap and all of those things. Wolves go and beat us. We all know for the next month you've kept the light bills on in media houses, so we do need to respect them. I'm saying the strongest team out there, man. Now again, well, if you can read into what Mikel Arteta says in his press conferences, because he runs rings around us. For me, off the top of my head, Raya, obviously, Tim Beasley's going to be there. Centre half. I hope Saliba's there in it, but until I hear something, fuck it. Do you risk it and go, no, God? Nah, you know what? For that game, Benjamin White, Hincapié, my centre halves. Timber, you're going right back. Obviously, Lewis Skelly, left back. Zubamendi, Rice. You know what, Gaffer? I don't think we should have done it against Villa. But you know what? Nah. Eze. I was about to say Eze left wing and Odegaard, but Eze in the 10. Martinelli out wide. Right wing Bakayo. Gyökeres up front. So we're not going to see none of that. But yeah, and I'll probably change my mind tomorrow. So ask me again tomorrow. Tony Adams' comments didn't help. War off a duck's back, Obviously, I can't draw out the legend of Tony Adams, so I'm not even going to get into that. But at the end of the day, it's a bit like how Madueke should be thinking. Like, it's not that comments can't get to you, and it's not that you live under a rock, but a million Arsenal fans or football fans could be saying you're not good enough. End of the day, rightly or wrongly, the one man whose opinions matter in the sense of why you're at this club is Mikel Arteta. So if he believes in you, you believe in yourself, the man upstairs believes in you, and you got to trust your teammates. What more do you need? Football fans are fickle, bro. Football fans are fickle. Everybody, one player waxing lyrical about because he's had 5 good games on the spin. He stinks up the joint in the next 5 days. More extreme opinions and so on and so forth. And it's going to fluctuate. The same goes for him, man. Like Odegaard, at the end of the day, I wouldn't have made you the captain. Like, obviously, there's a reason. Whether people like it, myself included or not, there's a reason you're a captain. Whether that's because you fit the Arsenal image of, the history, you're the great guy to wheel out in events, you help old ladies across the street, all those kind of things. You might be a fucking leader behind the scenes. You might be shouting at man. And the one thing I say is people are liars because Odegaard is a lot more, again, he's not what I would want to see in a captain. But I think because he's a pretty boy, the most annoying thing Odegaard does is pull out of 50-50s, but he's a pretty boy. I'm sure there's a lot of teenage girls that fancy him and all those things in the same way a lot grew up watching, liking Little Bow Wow. He fits that pretty boy image. So I think it goes against him. He does open his mouth. There's got to be a reason he's the captain. And I genuinely think if ifs and buts, if Odegaard's banging 1,000,000 goals and 1,000,000 assists, no one gives a flying fuck about the armband. That being said, I do subscribe not to the extremities, but you do need your captain to step up. I would like Odegaard to stop ducking out 50-50s, but I accept him for that. I mean this in not a disrespectful way. You lot know I love Odegaard. He's a technician. He's what an Arsenal footballer is. But you're soft. So I kind of accept you for that. I'm expecting you to press, do a little passing thing. He has been injured as well. And we need to stand by our players, man. Like, people are drawing out Odegaard. If it was up to me, obviously, the Deckers, the Gabriel Magaleses, these are more the captains. But long gone are the days of one everybody lead. In fact, if I just say random teams, you could say last season Liverpool, but it probably don't paint the picture. The last time they won the Prem, but the Liverpool teams that have won the Prem or the champs, the Chelsea teams that have won the Prems, the Arsenal teams, the Man Uniteds, any team that's done anything of significance. Of course, you know who's wearing the armband, but you look around that 11, there's 11 captains. And there's different ways of leading. There's guys that probably in that squad that we've never heard them talk. I bet you in the change room. Do you know who's a big leader and he moves like that? Iniesta. Go and watch anything Pep Guardiola said about his Barcelona time. Iniesta barely spoke. Barely spoke. There's bare leaders. I'd imagine Norgard leads in some degree. Magalhaes naturally. Rice naturally. Odegaard's obviously there. Saka's obviously going to open his mouth. There's probably a couple man that... Well, Jorginho was here previously. There's probably a couple players that will just say like Timber or White or something that... like. When there's something to be said, they'll just say it. And that is what you need from a team. Everyone just be themselves. Like, Gabriel, don't try and be soft like Odegaard's leadership. Respectfully. Odegaard, don't try and be Rice and these lot. Everyone just leading their own way, man. Eze needs to start at the 10, not at the left wing. He's ineffective there. They need to give him more passes. Half watching, haven't liked. Make it happen, people. What are you doing? I think Arteta will play Ethan and Odegaard as 8s and Rice 6 against Wolves. Well, I hope so. Hope so, man. I'm concerned about Gyökeres. Post-match interview, Arteta emphasized that Jesus still has an important role to play. He praised him for bringing attackers into play. Gyökeres needs goals quick. The collectives comes first. Jesus did do that. I do think that's a case of 2 + 2 = 10. You can be criticized. You can be concerned about Gyökeres, but I don't think that has anything. And again, when are we going to see Gabriel Jesus start? Because he's been on the bench a couple of times. He got, 20 minutes yesterday. Step in the right direction. But, yeah, man. My only issue with Gyökeres is allowing fullbacks to take shots from him. What annoys me, I actually just think Gyökeres is a bit too nice. I would say the team annoys me because whenever, I don't know, do you lot, I'm being disingenuous, but do you not rate Gyökeres? Because whenever he comes, like yesterday in the second half, Saka's put it on his left foot, yeah, and he's aimed for the back post. Obviously, the keeper's grabbed it. But it maybe I'm just projecting, but it feels like when everybody else, apart from Gyökeres, is up front, we're more trying to fashion opportunities for a striker. But when he's there, he's not happening, innit? And I do think for a bully, he's a bit too nice for me, man. Get your notification on today for DG and Jess's convo. Yep, 4 p.m. Why are you so scared to have chest against Wolves? What are you talking about? Said I demand the win and I'll crash out if we don't. Marcel, come on. Can imagine that we'll be blessed to have 4 different strikers, VG, Kai, Jesus, Marino. Concerns over all of them slightly, to be able to change games, but it's up to the manager to make it work. It means changing systems like Pep's 4-1-4-1. There'll be scope for both of them up front. One of the 4 better up front, maybe even none of them up front. So yeah, changing the system, not changing it. When you look through that though, Marino's done a good job, but on a consistent basis, it'd be unfair to put that burden on him. Gabriel Jesus, it's a squad thing. You can help us, facilitator, fighter, warrior. But again, if we're looking at it, and I hope he goes on a purple patch, but we've seen Wagwan for Gabriel Jesus at the last 2 clubs he's played for when it comes to bagging. Gyökeres, I need you to find a way. Kai needs you to find a way. And everybody would not describe Kai as clinical, but for the last couple of seasons, he's been one of our top goal scorers. Arteta, to a degree, I do think, regardless of the system and the wingers and stuff, I do think you're going to live or die by if we're able to get one of these men that play through the middle 15, 20 league goals, because that gets you out of jail. Again, it's not as white and black as this, but you could argue against Aston Villa, a decent striker that takes his chances, but you might get away with a point. You might have nicked it at the end against Chelsea. Now, granted, these players could have, and you get where I'm going, man. You're not smart enough. DG, thanks, as always, sticking up for us last night, as per usual on TalkSport. They tried to gaslight us. Big up, Abby. Bro, do you know what's so funny, yeah? Since I've been getting these lookings, I feel a bit like a footballer because 1 minute it's someone even commented sellout today, which is mad. But anyways, oh, you never have chest on TalkSport. Oh my god, you know that like this then. Bearing in mind, my greatest moment on TalkSport actually came last year, where no one else has gone on there and said they're the most handsome YouTuber in London. Like it's history out here, but appreciate it, man. I'll always stick up for us where I think we're being harshly done, man. Noni had a good game and he played well last night. One great game will not out Saka. You got to ask the questions. We beat Wolves by 4, so you should be getting more no respect for Wolves. Yeah, but we beat you. So where we going with that? As long as we get the 3 points, who cares, man? Yeah, man. Like I like Odegaard part. Like you're not someone that I do think there's certain games, man. What do people think Gyökeres was? I don't know. I don't mind Arsenal fans criticizing our players, but I dislike it when we let other fan bases chat madness on our players and we start backing it. Because some want to be seen as real, man. Sell it, bro. I don't mind. As long as they're talking, I don't mind. Like, this is why it's great that you need to know yourself. What's up, DG? Currently on my school break right now. Hope we get the points this weekend. Stay in school, my boy, and I hope we get it. Hope you're doing well and safe, man. Hope you're doing well and safe, man. Don't worry. I focus on school, man. I'll be here after, my boy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Just go chat to. Is it lunch break? Go chat to some gal, man. Go around the bike sheds, my brother. Come on, jump the gate. Go get some Henny. Turn up, bro. No. Stay in school. Stay in school. I'm a bad influence. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Go be a doctor or something. Should we see what Mikel Arteta has had to say as well? This looks is it just not the page looks a bit weird. Specifically, the gaffer said in the aftermath of the game yesterday, smash the like button and whatnot. Yeah, I'm a fool, man. I'm a fool. I don't know why I encouraged Donny to do that. It's a big win. It's very difficult. Apologies, to win away from home in the Champions League. So big credit to the boys for what they've done. We had a lot of our players out as well in the defensive line. We lost 2 this morning. Huh? Obviously, this was yesterday, but what do you mean you lost 2 this morning? Let's read on. So it was a challenging one, but that shows the attitude of the players. For example, Norgard, the way he prepared himself, how much he wants to play. You ask him to play 2 minutes, 5 games in a row as a centre-back, and he'll do it. Is that mind games from Arteta? He's telling us the next run of 5 is Norgard in the centre-half role. It makes all of us much better as a team, so we need to recognise that first of all. And then obviously the difficulty of the match against a team who had a great results in the Champions League against Monaco and Barcelona. It's a very tough place to come. I think we have some good moments that define the game, and we're really happy with 6 out of 6. We have to go now to Inter and try and beat them as well, which is there's a bit of a break now in the Champions League, in it, until January the 20th it'd be. Man say get Henny, you know, like he's gonna get served. Warren, so what? God forgive me. There's therefore a crackhead outside the shop, bro. Like we all done that. Yo, here's the piece. Get that. Get yourself something. Don't pull any funny business. Yeah, you can do that, mate. You can do that. You can do that. Again, I don't encourage this. I'm lying. Maybe Warren did it. Weren't me. Staying on task. Can get that, man. Can get that, man. So yeah, I think he's right with that. I make him right. It is lovely to have 6 from 6. Apparently, Arteta's spoken about the strikers. Absolutely great to see. Now we have some players back. It's great to see Noni and Gabby as well score that goal. And a really, really beautiful moment is to see Gabriel Jesus back after 11 months out with a difficult journey he's been on. To see him perform as well at the level he was on in the minutes he was given, we're all happy with that as well. Big credit to him. Big credit to the medical staff as well, because it was a very long period, very difficult. He has had some tough moments in his career, but it just shows you how much he loves to play the game, how much we love him. Again, that God allow him now. So World Cup year, Gabriel Jesus, my heart. I might cry if you get a long-term injury again, because I think that proper sucks. Big up Salmon for obviously playing the last 7 minutes and making his bow in the Champions League. Arteta hates young players, I guess. Incredible. I'm very happy for him. He's a player we consider for the future. He trains with us almost every day now. He was given the opportunity, he performed well. It's quite the game at under 19s level where he would have played if he weren't involved. I think we've gone over this as well. We spoke about the attitude. We've gone over Jesus. Some extended words on these lot. Yes, and especially if he continues to perform in the manner he's doing and the energy he's putting in training, I think he brings something else. I was really happy to see that. and for him as well, for his confidence to grow, for his teammates to feel him as well, because some of them haven't played with him. So Gabby has a really special quality where he suddenly connects everybody around him, and that's something that we as a team need to make us better. Arteta, I understand there's a lot of options, yeah, but please, just once, Bukayo on the right, big Victor Gyökeres through the middle, Gabriel Jesus left with, bro, he will make Gyökeres bag. I don't really care if it's Odegaard or Eze. A bit of me wants to see Eze. Obviously, Deckers and Zubamendi regulate. Part of me wants to see Miles Lewis-Skelly in the mix, but I don't really care if it's Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori. Please, man. Jesus left wing, World Cup here. I've been telling man about this. It could happen. Oh, Patrick, you're right. He could be talking about Timber and Calla still. We play those balls to Gyökeres, but the teams are sort of expecting it. Ideally, the striker should be banging in goals every game. This has not been a reality for Arsenal for a long time. The goals are dispersed amongst the players. So as long as we are winning games, cool. As long as we're winning games. Big up Schema. Appreciate you lot, man. Man United fans are always going at Bruno. It seems as the captain, you have to kick people and yell for you to be good. It is true. But the one thing I would say is, though, like Bruno does pop up with a goal or two as well. I just think with Odegaard, honestly, I think there's no like parity. I don't think people are fair. I do think there's some people that lie and put him on a level he's not. And I'm exaggerating a bit, but I think in recent weeks, him and Saka, they're crossing over into that scapegoat-y kind of territory. Because you see, when you're vexed, a lot of Arsenal fans are vexed for no reason. Not even no reason. What I mean by that is you're obviously vexed because we've lost, but you're not stopping and thinking specifically why you're vexed. You're just screaming and shouting and whatnot. Why do you think I watch every game twice? So you can see things when you're emotionally away from stuff, but it is what it is. So yeah, big up Jesus on that. We have spoke about that, man, and whatnot. And obviously that. On Noni, unbelievable goal. When you talk about individual quality, individual action, and magic moment, that's it, true. A player that is able to pick the ball up that far. And did you not see Arteta's reaction when Madueke did that? Dribble past people and finish it with the quality and power that he's done. The same as Martinelli as well. I think at this level, you want to win games. Pardon me, you need individual players to step up. You see, always talking about winning the Champions League, yeah? You see what I think we know it's Club Brugge and it's the league phase. See the screamer, Noni's bagged, right? You see the one Martinelli scored. You see the chance that obviously Jesus didn't score. For me, that's kind of what I mean. Like in the semis and the finals or the lockout stages, the quarters as well, I'm kind of more, obviously it's about tactics, but I'm kind of more hoping on my players to do that because I think that gets you to the next round of stuff, if I'm brutally honest, man. So yeah, I think he's right. You need individual players to step up and do something different. So I'm very happy because now we have some players back in the front line and you could tell how much better we have done. Who would you lot say is goal of the season? I wouldn't say goal of the season, but that little scissor kick against Palace from Eze is up there. Zubamendi's against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Noni's yesterday. You could say Martinelli's. It feels like there's been Trossard scored a screamer a few weeks ago as well. Trossard scored a screamer a few weeks ago. Nelly against Bayern, shameless. I guess you got to throw a set piece goal in there somehow, in it. So insert best set piece there. We actually should, follow on Twitch, people, because we should actually go and watch every Arsenal goal so far, really, and see what we've done. A lot's happened, but Saka scored any screamer yet? Saka, you scored a screamer yet? Saturday. I know you're not going out like that. Martinelli and Madueke score better goals than you. Come on. And even that, I love you, Bukayo. Eze's been here 2 minutes. He got a hat-trick. Come on, Bukayo. My guy. On having competition for places with Noni and Saka. Yes, maintaining the level. They both have different qualities as well, and it's great because we're going to need them. We're playing every 3 days, true, and players with that freshness and with that bite in the teeth as well, understanding that they have to perform at that level, and this is the standard that we set. It's something really good. On bouncing back after the defeat against Villa, hey, listen, we're not even going to talk about that. The gaffer's probably paraphrased. We just want to get back to winning ways. On Noni, it's about consistency. So any player that plays in the middle, we have the same example. We need to have those standards and play consistently. It's not a game, it's 2 games, 3 games. Can you do it 10 games in a row every 3 days? That's the level that we have to hit. You know what? Let's see exactly what he said. I'm cheating myself. Well, that's what you want immediately after a defeat to win a game. The way they presented it, you have these challenges, especially when we lose again, another 2 players. I'll tell you, you're making me a bit nervous with that. But again, it shows how stable we are, the standards that we set ourselves, and the capacity the team has to win in different ways. Today, I think it was a good example of that. Big up Marley. Well, the thought was as well from yesterday, and you could, you know what? Yeah, it was Beatty was coming on because at halftime he was putting on his shin pads. So I think you would have been told, "Yo, stay ready." The fact that we had to play Christian as well, we had to really consider it because we were playing a really good side that had some good results in the Champions League at home as well. But we knew that at some point we had to use him. He was ready. He was prepared. He can play as a centre back or a full back. I'm delighted. He's so young, 16 still. He's playing in Champions League. So yeah, what a great night for him. And obviously want to give youngsters a chance. Hey, Jesus, we're gonna read that. Don't you worry, my brother. Well, that's great. That's what we want. That's what we put so much work in. Everyone in the academy put so much enthusiasm and work for a long time. You have to prepare those talents. So thanks to them because we need them. They are there. They are ready to perform. So that's great. If I was really picky, Salman, I want you to go away because you're an actual defender. You know, a couple of players that have come through our academy, whether it was Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who didn't want to play fullback, Miles Lewis Skelly, Gibbs, like these men didn't start as centre as fullbacks. Like we made them that, innit? So I want to see some natural defenders. And on top of that, if you were to ask me, I'd love us to bring through a bad boy striker, you know, and some more all-rounders. Because as much as I love Dowman, Wanyeri, Saka, obviously Smith Rowe, Joe Willock, Iwobi, they're all cutting their Eddie Nelson, they're all cutting their teeth elsewhere. I do feel we need to bring through 1-2 more steady Eddie guys, like in moments like this, like a humble right back. Like he might be able to be in our team, like a John O'Shea. It sounds mad, but we need a couple of those kind of ones to come through for a point. So yeah. Only if he has spoken to Noni about being consistent. The moment he probably spoke to him to sign for this club, consistency must have been stuff. Yeah, and in 10 consecutive actions, that's the level they need the game in. Every single action, after action. That's the challenge for them. Only if he's expected the achievement of winning 6 in a row in Europe. No, and probably as well, looking back as well, all the players that we missed, but it shows that we're all very different games. It's a complete different game to the Bayern one or the one we played in Bilbao. Is it? Martinelli scored in both of them, didn't he? And yesterday. You lot thought I wasn't going to remind you. What are you lot telling me now? What are you lot telling me now? You lot said, give up on Martinelli, DG. Give up on him. Give up on Jesus. I told, man, the stars are aligning. Brazil, 2026. You're seeing what Neymar did saving Santos. You know who's winning the World Cup. And, you know, if Jamaica's there, I'm supporting Jamaica. Ghana, Jamaica, Ghana, Brazil, England. None of you can tell me anything. But let's stay on task, people. All the ones that we played at home, but it's good the players can adapt. Sorry, the team can adapt in any context. And that will give confidence as well that we can come to this ground and win again. That's something great. Only if Gabby gives a new striker profile up top alongside Gyökeres. How can it be new if Donny's been here forever? Yeah, I think they're kind of a bit more different, you know, both of them with great qualities, but yeah, very specific in what they need to bring to the team and individually in their actions and relationships that they need around them as well. So it's good to have two very different players. Clearly, Gyökeres is more self-reliant. Jesus is more chaotic. What has Jesus said? Big him up for returning. First of all, I want to say thank you to God. Come on. If it was not for God, I'm 100% sure I would not be here with this mentality, with this health, with this belief. In the first 3 months, I had a lot of doubts in my head. Then I could be more focused on what God wants from me. And at 28, man, I don't want you to go through that again. Everyone was expecting me to score. Obviously, I wanted to score. I had some opportunities, but even that, I'm so happy and so pleased because to come back and have some touches that I had tonight, the way I could move, the way I could keep the ball. So with 11 months of helping myself, time flies, isn't it? Because I can still remember fresh in the mind his injury against United, let alone the injury he suffered for Brazil. And then feeling scared to come back different, maybe with some limitations, just to walk outside and play with the boys. I'm so pleased. I'm more than ready. So I'm here to say thank God for my life. Fair enough, man. What? Big up Marley Salma for making history. That's it. No, Odegaard, you don't do enough talking to the press for me, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, so what did we make of Norgard at centre-half, folks, as well? Don't forget to let me know. Somebody said here, those eyebrows after having a shot save. I've missed this so much. Big up Gabriel Jesus. Marley Salman's made a bit of history, people. He's become the youngest ever defender to make his debut for us in the Champions League. He's now only the third player aged 16 or under from the English club to feature in the competition, joining Max Dowman and Jack Wilshere. You know what? Every time someone says Jack Wilshere, this is still the face I see. Like, I don't see him as a kind of 30-year-old, if that makes sense. Quality guy. Gabby Martinelli is the first player in Arsenal's history to score in each of his last 5 Champions League games. Athletic Club, Olympiacos, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Club Brugge, big game player, man. We do it. When all the talk is done, you know who to count on. So yeah, we've gone over that already as well. What else have we got? Gabriel Jesus has 6 goals in the Champions, 6 GA in the Champions League. That's more than Vini and Rodrigo. Hey, I'm just bringing out the stats. Speaking of Rodrigo, he bagged against Atletico and he bagged against City, which ends a 30-odd game drought. Better January. And you thought I was going to let you lot escape without some Zubamendi propaganda. Talk on my guy now. Talk on my guy now. Like he didn't get 2 assists for Noni Madueke that. And shout out Lewis Skelly for an assist on top of a great result. And obviously the goal scorers. I feel we can win the Champions League. I feel we can win the Premier League as well. Love it, Noni. But for me, define winning. Define winning. Because as Arteta said, maybe even last season in the league phase with all these injuries, I don't expect us to have that. Define winning. But, oh yeah, Salmon touch grass while winning Champions League. Don't at me. DG, what's your gut feeling as of right now if you had to guess on how our January window might look? I don't think we sign anyone. But I do admit, the more this kind of situation goes on, we might have to. Who that would be, I don't know, man. King, appreciate you. We're back, man. Odegaard is also back. I don't want to hear people chat about him bad again. Listen, King, all my Odegaard nations, there'll be a time because we're going to remind them. DG Jesus has to first remain fit for 3 months, then score goals before I give him props. But it's good to have him back as an option who can take people on and beat them. Brazil winning no World Cup. Spain going to win it. Never known Brazil. So poor Neymar's finish. You're horrible, man. Yo, on TalkSport yesterday, you said Arsenal tax and everyone lost their minds. Just goes to show how bad it is. They got so worked up knowing you're right. And then they go celebrate winners against us. It's so, Daddy, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. You're right, DG, because you're right. Danny, you're right. But that's why I don't let people gaslight you. You can't. Again, there has been decisions that Arsenal benefit from, but I'm only 30. There's fans older than me, there's younger than me. You cannot tell me we're not refed a different way or there's not an unconscious bias. But hey, let's control the controllables, innit? Kovacic comes to mind at the Emirates, not drawing lines, 5 and Tony, and the list goes on. You're right, DG, because how we got through against Madrid, bare bangers, even PSG goals, the second leg were ridiculous. Somebody just whack it, Sunday League flow. I hear it. Martinelli. DG, which of the 3 goals was your favorite from last night? It's got to be Noni Madueke's first goal, man. Martinelli's goal was a banger, but it's got to be the first one. Not because obviously the screamer is one thing, but it's the manner that led to it. It's the manner that led to it. Like he's rushed off like 3 players and then smashed it. So it's mad. We need to win something, man. These Haylen kids are looking confident the minute they get subbed on, proof of their top Arsenal development and family support. Long may it continue, man. Big up Noni Madueke for that. Oh, we've gone over that already. See, I'll try and make sure we don't miss anything. Martinelli becomes the first ever Arsenal player to score in 5 consecutive Champions League games. Oh, Martinelli. And he didn't need Eze to assist him. The bare minimum I need to give my team is threat. They need to give me the ball and think something can happen. Then obviously try to score and be decisive as possible. That's the next level I need to get to in terms of being consistently decisive for my club and country. I think I can reach that level. That was Noni Madueke. We're tight. We want each other to do well. We know there's loads of minutes for all of us. We know we have top players everywhere in the squad. So it's about all of us as a collective, not just an individual. We all have a part to play. Mature words, man. We are fighting on all fronts. I feel like we can compete on all fronts. I feel we can win this competition. We can win the league as well. That is our main aim. We're in a good place at the moment, people. We were linked with Lille's Ayoub Bouardi. He says there'll be a choice to be made about his future next summer. You would have seen him towards the end of the week, heavily linked with Arsenal and Chelsea. He did sign a new deal last week with Lille, but apparently they still want to sell him. His future is subject to intense discussions. The French youth international strongly linked with a move to PSG, and then later Arsenal and Chelsea as stated, per a report from RMC Sport. However, that talk then dampened when, just as those reports emerged, Boardi signed a contract extension with his formative club, which will tie him to the club until 2029. But it's thought that it's simply a move to avoid losing Boardi on the cheap. His old club has his old deal, had been set to expire in 2027. It's thought the young midfielder could be available come the end of the season amid significant Premier League interest. A fee of 50 million euros has been touted. The player himself has now addressed his future at Lyon in an interview with L'Equipe. I've extended until 2029 and next year is still far away. I am focused on this season. We have things to fight for. Also, I said to the president, at the end of the season, there'll be a choice to be made. Anything can happen. We don't know what will happen. Fair enough. And he's still young enough to not necessarily have to make the move. So excited to get you lot's thoughts on, obviously, Norgard people. What have we got here? Apparently, Arsenal could be set for 40% transfer bonanza. Saudi move, a gunner's gift. Arsenal obviously sold Nuno Tavares to Lazio. I assume he is being linked with a move to Saudi. Cut him. Cut him. We need every penny we can get. And we were linked last week. Well, Arsenal and Liverpool, according to Le 10 Sport, have been linked with Bukola owing to contract negotiations stalling at PSG. But we heard that exact same thing in the summer, so I wouldn't read too much stock in that. I can't lie, I'm starting to think we don't need anyone left side. Nelly's on form king. I hope Nelly, the penny drops. I hope Jesus stays fit. I hope Eze goes out there, looks amazing. I hope Madueke looks as good on the left or the right. I hope if Dalman or Wanyeri got an opportunity, did well. I hope Jesus can make that his own. Don't fall for the bait. Arsenal need a left winger. I don't want us to learn the hard way. I don't. Hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate you. I don't want you lot to learn the hard way. Please, man. Please, take nothing away from what we're doing. I really don't, man. I really don't. But with that being said, though, people, I'm just aware of the time. I want you lot to miss me for a sec. The good news is I'm back with Jess at 4 p.m. The bad news is we're going to end this now. Big up you lot for your talking points, your differences of opinion, even the Warren and Marcel's chatting nonsense, but they're mods, everything, people. Without you lot, the channel's dead. If you haven't pressed the subscribe button, then what are you doing? So, yeah, on that note, one love. Always